Hello, everyone. Another Fish Fam hangout. Oh, I'll sit back and wait for everyone to stream on in. See what happens. White is in the house. Welcome back, buddy. How's your week going? Oh boy. Not looking forward to tomorrow. Start back at work again. If there's a way I could avoid that. Rightio. I'm just going to cut the jobs. Oh, I'm waiting for everyone. Let's go. Don't worry, I'm not ignoring everyone. Do a couple of jobs while I'm waiting. All right. Nope. Old chat's quiet. Hold on. Oh boy. Sit back and wait for everyone to stream in. Opens up. Probably add the link. Rightio, links dropped in for everyone. Yes, slight shaving accident. So not quite a slight, pretty decent one. It's been a day since I've done it and the thing will still bleed. The slightest bump. So I'm just keeping an old pad on it and let it be for a while. That'll come right soon. finally got another tank freed up, sold off the last of the King Manoobs. Handy because now I've got my 40-gallon back, which is allowing me to not quite concentrating on what I'm saying. Just make sure I've got this correct. No, that's not going to work. Which will allow me to deal with my Bracciatis and give them a proper size grey out tank. Oops, don't need that, need that. Who was saying some of the hedge trimmer? Yeah, hedge trimmer or lawnmower, either. Normally don't cut myself from shaving, but the other night, probably didn't help, I was in a bit of a rush. I really did have a good go at it. But the main thing is, week from hell is finally complete. Sit back and relax now. I decided to step in and intervene with my pistos and stop the arguments. I'm glad I did. They've perked up since they've had their interactions cut short. I'll be losing at the moment. Some silly little bits of fighting. Probably not going to see too many people tonight because Jimmy's on live right now. So he's all good. Let's go. I'm just waiting now, waiting for a bit of spare time. I might do it tomorrow and shift some of my species around, and then I'll grab a. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a heater or what? Well, we don't need a heater for the guppies. The water is already sitting at 20 degrees. Maybe I'll swap them into a new tank that I've got. Another one to add to the list. Which is exciting. We're grabbing some more LED lights. This coming weekend, got a trip going away to an LFS. See if I can do an LFS video tour, but I don't know if the shop will allow it. But I'll ask and see. Just discussing a few things through messages to other people. Got some information regarding the new fish room being sorted out. Sent an email away last week to discuss and sort out what's required with our local council body for building a new house and premises. Got all the information we require about that confirmed. So I will be starting to draw up the fish room at the same time as just doing a basic plot of what we want to do. Submit that to the council and let them decide where the septic system goes. Once that's done, then I'm free to do whatever I need to do to suit the plans, and I can start doing the fish room, which is not really a consented requirement. And once that's done, well, get ready to shift, as it were. This stage, the fish room will be, I'm hoping, 140 square metres, and I think it'll be big enough. Well and truly big enough. Just got to figure out what dimensions I want to do it at. I'll try and get 140 square metres. Anyone wants to jump on and join the live stream, feel free to. I'm more than happy. I know I'm not quite up to date with my Wednesdays and Fridays promise. Be a little bit easier now that netball's finished. I don't have to juggle a few things at once. I was heading down to do the sideline cheering for my wife while she was playing, so it was her last week during the week for netball, and they've done the prize giving and everything, and the finals is all complete, so I'm back to my own time again. Just sitting back enjoying the look of moss growing. Something about a simple plant like moss. Really simple, nice and easy. It's so intricate in design. So, what are we going to discuss today? Yeah, the new setup, right, that's going to take a wee bit of time. Approximately 3 years, I'd say, giving taking, but I really think 3 years is a decent time frame. First year we'll try to be get all the land dealt with, so we've got to put in a new driveway, do some fencing, set up a couple of drainage canals, because there's a one-way section that has a drain connected, but when the weather's pretty wet, it can form a pond. So I don't really want that pond around the lower side of the property, so I'll shift that onto the normal drain, but utilise it to make a wetland and a feature. Got to do the fences. Once the fences are done, work out the septic system. Once that's sorted out, I've got to start bringing in water storage, so I'll be putting in about 3 or 5 30,000 litre storage tanks. They'll be all going into the ground, not above ground, but some will be going in. I'll have to have one above so I can have perfect gravity feed. Once that's done, start building the fish room. Process of building the fish room. The reason why that will be quite large is because I'll be doing an electrical room to go with it to suit the solar power, because it's all going to be solar. Once that's done, start doing the house. Once that's done, long-term goal, outdoor ponds. Heated outdoor ponds, and in New Zealand that too. So it'll be a little bit more flashy. At this stage, I'm just chilling, relaxing, waiting. from our last conversation last week, I'm just catching up on the chat there. Right, I'm going to be still going ahead with the bedders. Actually, the process is confirmed. I've picked up a new tank to sort out my guppy issues. Now that I've got one of my other tanks free, and the charges will be heading over, so that solved my my tank, and you can issues as long as I can find them, which will allow me to just pick up a $150 stand, put that in, and add more tanks for the bedders. And I'll probably do a couple of the dwarf Brahmies as well. I shouldn't say dwarf Brahmies, dwarf croaking Brahmies, I should say. They're particularly my favourites. But betters, you've got me hooked on betters. You have got me hooked. Other than anything new with the breeding, no. I've given my Lepistos the time out. All males and females are separate at the moment. And it seems to be working. They've all changed their colours a bit. They look more healthy. Seem to be just stressed, looking heavier breathing, so I've let them a bit of space. The male's recovered from his battering. He's got more colour again. He's happy, not hiding. All the females seem to have adjusted to their new tanks. The males are happy. In time, I'll do a reinstatement of male-female. I've got a bit of time and go from there. Fry-wise, I am wanting to do a swap with my Norman Lamprey at some point and swap them into another tank and see if there is any fry in the tank they're in with dropping eggs. I really would like to know about that, so I'll have to look into that. I'd say that'll happen when I deal with my guppies. On the guppy side, I have got 32 gallons filling up full of fry now, and I think the big females are starting to look like they've run out of fry to spawn. And once that happens, I'll be able to take them out and start the selective breeding process. Yes, Brahmies do take a lot longer to grow up, that is correct. But dwarf croaking Brahmies here are rarer than the goose that lays the golden egg. And so celestial Denios, if I can find them. They do pop up from time to time, but that'd be something worth breeding as well here. So what's been happening in your tanks, Dwight? Anything exciting? Oh boy. Choices and choices and decisions. What to do, what to do. Right. I'm going to be away from chat for a second, Dwight, so if you want to hold the fort for a moment, I'll be back. Oh yeah. Just checked on some of my tanks that haven't got heaters and they're sitting at 20 degrees. It's really good for me. I'm just going to do a bit of Googling while I'm waiting for anyone else to show up. Right. And I'm back. This faithful white, me, having a nice relax in the fish pan. I wonder if everyone else will be coming over at some point. There's Jimmy. Still busy? No, he's still busy. Good on him. I'm just busy Googling various species while I'm relaxing. It's just something that never seems to end information. Open another browser. And I've run out of coffee, which is not good. Not good at all. I wonder if Happy Fish Guy will pop up. That'd be cool. Certainly would be cool if he popped in. Just adding a quick shout out for a Facebook group, which has opened up to a new branch from being a normal forum to also having a Facebook group. So shout out to Aquatic Communities Forum. Well, hope it worked. If it didn't, that might be a mistake. I better actually check. Got 2 viewers, 1 lurking. Don't be shy. If you want to jump up and talk, feel free to. Oh, come on. Old Facebook has just decided it's going to play all its videos. I'll fix that. That deleted all that rubbish. Well, the link worked. That's all that matters. I'm happy. What do we got here? I'm thinking of changing the substrate in my 5 gallon and bought 2 female bedders for their colours. I did see my first ever zebra pleco, but they're €200 and only had one. If I get zebras, I want a group. Yeah, I can understand that. So you meaning something like that turfa or Torfa, no, turfa balls. You meaning you had a substrate like that? So I'm find a link of the stuff I need. What name? Yeah, Tofa substrate. Yeah, it pops up. Yeah, some zebraplex, they really are nice. A lot of those exotic plecos are nice. €200. Yeah. Trying to think. So I'll have a look at one of our trade groups and see how much they are. Because I don't see them being cheap here. If I can find any for sale. Most of our plex are about a couple of hundred, depending on the type and if they're local bred or not. So when you do your substrate change, are you just going to do a basic a couple of Rubbermaid containers and fill them up with the tank water, drop your fish in it, keep an aerator going, and then do the swap over, or how are you planning on doing it? I've done it before that way and it worked really easy. Okay, so that came up with something I don't know about. Trading. Just getting my account up so I can see what plex we've got for sale currently. £120. So still not cheap either way. You have to do a LFS tour, White, one day. Show us what you've got locally. Rightio, now I'm in fish now. Finally got it up and running. What can I find pleco-wise? Why does that keep coming? Oh, I figured this one. Okay. Here we go. Butterfly Plex, L168, German line, $60. King Tigers L066, $100. Tiger Black L66, 75, so someone's in competition. That's the big guy. Royal Black 120. Another Royal Black at 120. Ooh, that's cheap. Trophies Pemba, $20 each. Ooh, that is cheap. Few Malawis for sale. Flash Pleco L204, 130. L168, 130. L106, $70. Gold Nuggets, 140. L260s, 140. Julie Chromis Ornatus, nice. I have to get some Julies again, I missed them. I'm caught between a very, very big rock and a hard place as to my tank, and you can set up. I really got to think about this. Getting bitten by the no, Malawi idea. Oh yeah, you know, the Plecos do show up. We've got quite a few breeders here doing some fancy BMPs, that's for sure. Trying to get the old bristle nose as long as thin as possible. Royal Whiptails, $38. That's cheap. $140 for an L066. L014, Sunshine Pleco, very nice one, $220. Actually, he's beautiful. And that's all we've got at the moment. That, to be actually honest, go have a Google of the Sunshine Pleco L014. I'll drop the number in chat. Stunning. Oh boy, what's happening in the Hangouts? One viewer, one loyal viewer. Oh, thank you, White, for coming on and giving us your support. Much appreciated. Really do appreciate it. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's what else? Let's see. I'm really getting torn between Tanganyika setup and a Malawi display setup. Some of these Malawis just do really look stunning. For me, I particularly like Geoland Prologus, the shell dwellers, and the Tanganyikan varieties, and the Calvus. At the same time, some of these Malawis just I'll tick my boxes. I don't know what I'm going to do. Could try a colony of shell dwellers along with. I don't know. I don't know. I know my redfin Cadango's all on his lonesome. Yeah, good question there, and also observation and statement all in one, right? Function and display, yes, but there is also a sense of a person with the MTS disease. You've got to also have some display. But I'm growing more and more fond. I never used to. Was highly anti-Malawi. Was Tanganyika only. Just some of the species, so I'll drop a name in now. The species they're just stunning. I know he's not cheap. The guy's $100. The colour is absolutely astounding. Knowing me, I'll just end up doing a shoal of Tropheus, Timber, or Bosius. Add them into the tank and see if someone will swap the Cadango out. Grab some Julie Dicromis of some type, and then do functionality between Julie Dicromis and shell dwellers for main supply and my 2 other tanks. Well, actual fact that Julie Dicromis here, don't matter which ones I get, will be quite popular. So not many people around the lower South Island got them, particularly not breeding. And I used to breed them 6 years ago. It's all good though, because the new tank stand will be will be 3 levels, so I'll be able to put quite a few 10 gallons on one shelf and a couple of custom made, probably 40s or 50 gallons on the lower 2 with ease to deal with my tank problems and dramas. I'll probably add 1 more shelf to that, which will not fill up this room too much, which will still be within my scope of workload, not be too much work for me, but also functional enough for the supply of species I've got and what I want to do. Old water change, I don't know if you've seen it. What that? Yeah, I know what you mean. You got to admit though, when you're watching them cruise around with their particular colours, it's sort of, oh, that looks nice. No, I know that these are only juveniles. I'll pop the next name in for you. They're actually quite peaceful. It's part of the reason why I like Trocephus versus, Trocephus, Tanganyika in particular Trocephus. For a cichlid community tank. So I find that Rift Lake of Tanganyika are a lot more peaceful than Malawi. You still get some aggressions, but it's a different aggression versus Malawi. I noticed you get your Julie Dicromis, Neolamprologus, your Calvus, Trocephus, they all get on quite well. I've not, from my last setup, never noticed any issues or problems or dramas, particularly not with Trocephus. They just mid-water shoaler, which really look nice in their shoaling. Oh boy. part of the reason why I want the bigger fish rig. I'll be able to do my dream tanks with display and also have the functionality of many breeding racks, kind of a combination of LB Brett's and Ted Judy's channel in a way. Done my own sort of style. So kind of like to do my own thing my own way. What I'd love to do is a T-shaped 500 or so gallon display tank that's part paludarium. Nice Blackwater River theme. I really would like to do one that size. Being that shape won't be something easy to knock together, I don't think. Certainly will be a tricky sort of shape and setup. Well, I've only still got one watching, and I've done coming up nearly 40 minutes. So, you know, I might call it quits if no one pops on. I say 6:45. That's all good with you, White? Unless you're a little bit more free, but yeah, I might call it 6:45 if no one pops on. Just gonna go away for a sec. Yep, that's not bad. All right. Just having a look at a couple of wee things. All right, I'm going to look at some bits and pieces from the tanks, see what's out there for sale. So if I miss anyone in chat, I'm not far away. Yeah, it is one of those things. Like, there's not much they won't eat if you put plants in there. Like, occasionally you can get Nubius to sort of change the theme, but you are correct. Not everyone can do a rock theme like that. And yeah, I quite like it because of the way they look, the way they act, and the ecosystem you get from it. I do understand not everyone can take that. Yeah, I'll hang in there till 6:45. It's only a few more minutes, and someone does pop up. All good? Not all good. You're the king of DIY though. I enjoy watching some of his stuff. He's had some really nicely done setups. Really admire his work. That and Al Brett's, he's really got my attention. What have we got? Just checking out LED lighting. Ooh. So this, you know, I might have a look at this over the next few nights. Just getting ready to order in a few lights and bits and pieces that I need for finalising. Nah, it's all good. Like, people will get to watch and listen to what's going on, and eventually they'll all start popping over when they want, if they want. It's up to everyone when they want to join in. I'm happy just to host it, and someone pops on, someone pops on. Don't bother me. I enjoy watching Jimmy's ones when I've got a chance. I actually feel quite guilty, and I do apologise for everyone I'm subscribed to. I don't get to watch everyone's stuff. I do try to catch up with them, at least one video of everyone a week, to make sure I can watch the full thing and see what's going on. Wish I had more time in a day, because I feel kind of bad not being able to support everyone. But there is only a small amount you can do. So I do thank everyone for their support with what they've done with me. It's, I really appreciate it. It's really nice. Right, these LEDs. I have to go and check some of these sizes. Mostly all I'm looking for is, I've got 2 fluoro lights to phase out. And I want to start phasing out a couple of my basic lights I've got up the top there on my top of the rack, and utilise them on some of the other satellite tanks, I call them, the ones that are spread around that you guys don't see, which you'll all be seeing pop up shortly. My airline system's catching up soon. The money's been saved and put aside for that and for the new fish room and build project, so that's happening soon. Oh, actually, before I forget, seeing we're all here, give us a sec. I'll show you the finished product. Give us a sec of those. How am I going to do this? Let me bring the laptop over here. There we go. Of the old moss mats. They're starting to grow through. Very slow. Oh, I'm not really filming this very well. I'm not really good at doing this, looking 2 ways at once. Yeah, they're starting to fill in. Even though they're not really colourful, more silver than anything. The Norman Lampires are stunning. Got a slight golden sheen to them, actually. Laptop back. Here we go. It's better. Some point soon, I will have a bipod. I don't have to worry about any of this shifting stuff around. Yeah, those blueball planted twos, yeah, they're expensive as hell here. Oh, you just about need to take a second mortgage out plus another mortgage on top of that. They're ridiculously expensive. You're looking between $4,000 to $1,000. It's a lot of money. It could be just some of the shops like charging a fortune to make some profit, but I'm not really interested in that much now. I just stick to a product we call Blue Planet, which is there's a pod lights off the LED dies. You can just buy a whole new pod and chuck it in its place and have them chuck the track unit out, which I find quite good. And they're not too dear either. You can give quite a decent light output. It's really not that much around at the moment. I should do some cropper hunting later tonight. Well, have a quick check. Still just us according to the Hangouts. So look, thanks for stopping by, White. I'm going to call it a night. What are the chances of that? I just pulled a complete grey hair out of my head without even looking. What are the chances? Well, thanks for stopping by, White, and I'll have another live stream up again soon. Thanks for joining in. 214. That's lucky you. Lucky you. That's cheap. Oh. He's ending, is he? I'll give it a couple more minutes. Just a couple. See what happens. If it does come over and there's enough people, I might stream and let everyone hop on and do a bit of a chat, and I might do a couple of jobs in the fish room if everyone's happy with that. Ouch. Smash my elbow into the thing. Oh, what else have we got to watch out for? Might be quiet for a minute. I'm just doing a quick couple of searches. Ah, here we go. It's 1.2 meters. I'll just take note of that. Check that out when I go inside. I'm swapping over my one of the fluoros in the 50-gallon Blackwater Asian ecosystem in the house to LED. It's the original lights, and they're finally gone after quite a while. So they've done their time. See if anyone's popped up. Hangouts. Nah, still one viewer. Yeah, I'm happy to stay if you get a few over, but I might leave the stream in your hands to moderate, and I'll do a couple of jobs if there's enough people to hop on and start chatting. So I want to do a few quick jobs in the shed, but that's your call if you're happy to do that. I'm still happy either way. Let's see. This one. No, nothing. Let's shoot. Right, what's this one got? They got any lights. Yes, they got a system, but do they show the sale, what the prices are? Yeah, that's fun. No, actually, they're not too bad. I'm not taking note of that. I take photos of things on sites instead of saving because I always forget everything. Real bad for forgetting. What's happening on the chat? White must be away. Chatting up the troops. Sit here and wait a little bit more. Oh boy. See if anyone pops on. Check back in. Hey Jimmy, got Jimmy in the house. Welcome along. Gotta drop the link back in. Anyone wants to hop on and talk? Ah. Ouch, smashed my elbow again. That's what we're doing, not. Now let's choose a tank to look at. Back on my stand. I really need to buy my proper stand at some point. Oh. Mighty-o. See, we're getting a few more popping on now. Aquarium pops on in the house. Welcome along, D. Anyone wants to pop on, and if they have hangouts, feel free to jump on the chat. Always up to have someone extra to talk to. Just looking at the chat now. Hey, Captain Spicy. Welcome aboard. Yes, Jimmy, I'm more than happy to show everyone the tags. More than happy. Just wait for a few more, see if any more pop up. And I'll get ready to do a quick walk around. A quick walk around, a quick tidy up some of the stuff. Oh, right. Rightio, so I shall start doing a tour of what I've got. So just bear with me. I haven't got an ultra long cord for the webcam. And I'm as central as I can be. I actually wish these webcams could be wireless somehow instead of this cord, but it is what it is. Rightio. Alright, starting here is my 50-gallon holding tank. Crystogrammus trifasciata, glow lights and black neons. Also got decent pod of Sterbocoria in there, probably 14 of them I think. If not, they might be breeding. It's just holding bits and pieces for me. Eventually I'll be doing some spawns out of the tetras and also with the cories. It's growing out my narrow leaf hygrophila in there, which I use in most of my tanks. Also got a female golden phoenix in there. Just waiting until I get another male. Lower down here is my 32-gallon, which I've got some guppies in. I'm going to try my hand at line breeding over the next few months to a year before my next fish room's built and that project goes ahead. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. These females don't really have much colour at all. Slight fluoro yellow tips to their tails, and that's it. Nothing else. They're just clear or slight silver sheen, no more. It'll be interesting to see, and I haven't noticed any of the larger fry, any particular colours coming out of them either. Quickly check on the chat and see what's going on. I see Jimmy's discussing who's farted. Captain Spicy is farting like an enraged bull. Good on him. And he's farting like a horse galloping. Even better. Rightio. So here is my Blackwater rack, which has got one tank that's not Blackwater. Got a Pistogrammus borali male and a Golden Phoenix in there. I did have a pair of the Pistogrammus. The female decided she'd had a guts full of a male. So I pulled them out before he got any more damage, and he's recovering nicely. By the way, that's a 22-gallon custom-made long tank. Here is two 11-gallon tanks I've got, Norman Lampies, and one of them, the other's getting ready to take some guppies at some point soon. From the last live stream, I got my Peacock Moss mats created and ready to grow out and thicken up. They're getting shoots popping through the mesh now. Another Blackwater tank, which normally holds Pistogrammus trifurcata male, but that was a tragedy, and the female ate the male pretty much, ripped him to bits, so I was too late to separate them. They were going good in there, spawning for about 4 days, I think it was. I came in too late, and probably when I was at work, I missed the turn, and she didn't want him in the tank, so she harassed him till he died, which is a shame. I can't replace them very easily. So all that's left in there now is some black neon tetras, another dark water with green flame tetras, ember tetras, another dark water with Batis, scarlet Batis. The one tank in the rack which isn't Blackwater's got some Bracciardi fry, which are about to be taken out of here and put into a 40-gallon to finish a bit more growing out. My female borali is in here for a cool down period, and in here is my killer female trifurcata, who has barreled herself up in a wee flower pot. So that's this side of the room. That one there's my 100-gallon Tanganyikan ecosystem. I've really thin stocking, and also holding a Redford Cadango, which is a rescue fish, which shouldn't be in there considering it's not Tanganyikan. Eventually I'll find more Tanganyikans. They're not overly common in New Zealand. There's the 40-gallon for the Bracciardi. In the corner I've just set up another 10-gallon for future use. Dirted and got a bit of sand to cover the dirt, so I'll do some of the plants. And the light is pretty bright from these two LEDs. Is my 83-gallon planted South American theme. I've got one female discus in there who's been a perfect girl, and of course the camera's out, so she's out and about like normal. She had a spawn last Thursday night, and that was quite a sight to watch. I actually sold some Kenya Manoobs that night, and the lady who came to pick them up spend a bit of time watching the female discus do some spawning. There's also a Bolivian ram, hidden tail like Tetris, rummy nose, Broca Splendor, bronze cories, which I bred in there as well, and a BNP. I've also got another tank inside. I ain't going to be able to get in there, and my wife will probably be grumpy if I interrupt the TV show. So that's the current fish room with what I've got to chat and see what's happening. And again, if anyone wants to pop on and talk on the Google Hangouts, please feel free to jump on. Right, so what have we got in chat? Aquarium Cop's discussing pulling fingers. Good on him. I've answered Jimmy's question in showing the tags. I shouldn't say question is request. Showing the tags done. Thanks for subbing, GD. That's really nice. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thanks everyone for hitting the thumbs up. Captain Spicy's doing a whole lot of images, which is quite cool. Snails look like. That's good, the aquariums. The aquariums, I don't recognise you. Let's see if I'm sub to you or not. Some of you that don't know if I am or not. I'll have a little look-see. What else have we got in here? Aquarium Cop's painting his fingernails. Good on him. And Aquarium Cop's looking at some donuts, even better. This is interesting. I'm enjoying looking at this. And I'm standing on more of my stuff. Oh, what's he looking at? GDs. GD secrets. No, I'm not subscribed, but I am now. Notification bell hit. Channel. D Aquariums. No, I'm not subscribed. Yellow Lab Exhibit. Eesh, got some really nice looking tanks there. The Aquarium subscribing and notification bell hit. Boy, I keep finding tons of people. This is really cool. You see Captain Spicy's giving the old sword point to someone. And another snail. So what's been happening in everyone's world of aquariums? Anything exciting? It's not too much as changed on my end, other than getting the initial steps ready to build a new fish room and a new house on the block of land I've got far from where I'm living. So that's why this fish room is sort of not stale, but not going to get too advanced yet. I don't want to spend too much more money in here. Then I'll be probably spending close to 3,000 or 4,000 on the new property, and probably close to 50,000 on the fish room. Aquarium Cop is chasing a sailboat. I'm loving these images. That's cool. Still feel really alone being on here chatting away and no one popping on to chat with other than in the chat room. I really feel alone in a way. Oh boy. That's right. We were discussing your fish from the other day. Jimmy, something about why I wasn't too happy with the amount of tanks or something like that. Because I was talking to my wife about that conversation, and she was saying that it's a bit sad because she just views it as 50-50. She wants she likes collecting shoes, so per shoe she collects is per tank I collect. And we just sort of work on the 50-50 rule, and that's that. Any monster fish? Well, the biggest I'll have once they're fully grown would be discus or the redfin cadango, and that'll be the largest I get. One day I'll get a bit bigger, but I haven't really gotten into the monster. I sort of keep to other species. Not necessarily because it's not, I don't like them. I just, if I put a decent sized tank in here and I get addicted to it, the next thing I know I'll be doing what King of DIY is doing, and I'll need to make an even bigger fish rip. That's all got aquarium caught, no problems. See, you've got a nice eye biter in your profile pic there, Jimmy. It's quite a nice species. Haven't really thought about what kind of birds they're white. For those who might not know, White suggested the other day, I'm going to give my Pistogramus breeding project a bit of a hold up for a while. Had no success. It's not easy here to do trios. The shops don't like selling the Pistogramus individually, and they don't like selling them without pairs. So you've either got to buy 3 or 4 pairs, and then you're stuck with multiple males, and you've got to house multiple males, or you go for a single pair and hope like hell that they will pair. So I'm just going to give it a bit of a break, de-stress myself from the last calamity and the near miss, and try some bedders for a while and never actually spawn them. So I'm going to set up another whole rack system and go for it. So to answer the question, White, I'm not sure what to do yet with what types. Koi's, placket, grounds, giants, it's all depending on what's in the shop. And yeah, see what happens with that. Interested to see where it goes actually. I would like to try and do some of the other types of wild bedders that are out there, but that's kind of hit a brick wall here. Not many people are interested in talking about them in our LFSs or trying to import them. Spicy chasing cock. Yeah, but chasing cocks, that just leads to them running to a donut shop and then turning around and chasing you back once they refuel. Yeah, see, this is now starting to get more like it. All these various different types of feathers. 73 recognised species. And one of the LFSs I talked to said there's only a single one called betta. Yeah, right. Now, I wouldn't mind, get some of them. Kind of like what Glorious Bettas has got. She's got some nice setups there, nice display, breeding operation. Yeah, it'd be interesting. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to set up the tanks for them, what I'm going to set them up with, and how. That's got me thinking at the moment. Their white is a setup system. It's going to. What do you think I should do? Why? Any thoughts? Any thoughts in particular? Captain Spicy in the clock is now having a snail in police chase with sword in a fencer. Interesting. Might be long before it turns into a Mexican standoff. The other thing that I can't forget is keeping an eye out for various killifish to pop up in NZ. It's a dying hobby here, having killies. You hear people going, "Oh, it'd be nice to have these stunning species," and they turn up. But these sort of like New Zealand fish rooms are dying. We're a dying breed, so all these species just seem to vanish, and the shops bring in the most basic of the basic, and that's it. Yes, Jimmy, I am breeding. I've sold off the last of my, I shouldn't say last, second to last of my stock. That's the Bracciatis have grown out in the 40 gallon. I'll be working on some other types of Tanganyika cichlids. I'm wanting to work my way into some vine breeding of guppies, and also into doing the bettas that White suggested, was practicing on egg scatterers, do some cories, and also while I'm at it, some various killies. So D Aquariums is now, by the look of it, filming Captain Spicy and Aquarium Cop chasing each other in sword fight. I'm from NZ, Jimmy, so New Zealand. Captain Spicy's taken it to the next level. It's now turned into a spacewalk there. And Aquarium Cop is running towards the pig Sparta, even better. Yeah, I probably put close to 50 hours into a Glorious Bettas. Easy watching her videos. She's got some really good information, and I just enjoy listening to her as well. Quite fun and easy. I wouldn't mind those pygmy sunfish she's got. What's their name? Blue pygmy killie or something like that. Sunfish. I can't remember now. Here we go. That. Dropping the name into chat in a second. Black pearl killing. I highly doubt we'll be allowed to get them here. I think they would be classed as illegal. Once I get, aha, here we go. Oh no, it's going to a stupid. Why is this Google not working for me? Google is now working, finally. Drop into chat. That is the species I am meaning. So what are we looking at? Magic mushies in a rainbow. Captain Spicy is turned into Halloween with a leaf. White. I like a lot of the wild bettas, but not able to get them just yet. So working with what's available. Seen and bought my first giant betta of a week and we'll try to breed him also. Giant betta. I've heard of them, but I'm going to Google this. Trusty Google. Paste. Why are you not pasting? Go. Okay, yeah, he is a bit different. Yeah, that is a decent size. Yeah, those sunfish do look cool, but I highly doubt I'll ever get to see them here. I have another quick Google of them. Something she said, I think it was temperature. It might have been the temperature. If it is what I'm thinking, we might never be able to get them, particularly to a wild caught we can have issues with. And also, if there's a chance it could become invasive, it's out of the question altogether. Yeah, subtropics, 18 to 20 degrees. Yeah, there's a high chance we'll never be allowed to have them here. They'll start life up in our North Island with these. What else? So this is one of the species I'm trying. I've heard rumours after rumours of Cypriptochromis leptosomosa being in NZ. I know they used to be here about 5 years ago. Just popped the enter. And I've double pasted, sorry guys. Being in New Zealand, apparently there's still 1 or 2 breeders left because they're wild caught. From what I understand, they won't allow them in anymore, and also it's hard to get hold of them because if the breeder has them, apparently if they're wild caught, they've got to be put down because they're not allowed to be here anymore, which doesn't really make sense in that rule, but that's apparently what it is and why I can't find them. I really would like to add them to my tank and you can set up. Yes, Aquarium Cop, she has got a smooth voice. Probably why I spent so many hours listening to her. Yeah, she got to Tomato, that's cool. You're lucky you guys are over there where all these people are. Here, I'm stuck in the middle on my own. Well, according to the Fishpan map, I've got another, I have apparently got another YouTuber up north of me, but our country is very reclusive and conservative and they don't tend to share very much. Like, for example, I was trying to find a magazine that used to be here, like Amazonas. And they were talking about, yeah, there is one here. They sent the link that the website had been inactive and still is inactive for multiple years. No alternate contact form. And I said to them, well, that website doesn't exist, so I'm going to have to subscribe to Amazonas. And they said, oh, no, it is. You just have to message the fella. But I waited a few weeks, sent another message to remind them, oh, well, who is the fella? And they said, oh, you just message him. I was like, yeah, I could message him, but I need his name. And I still haven't heard, so I Amazonas magazine. So you guys are so lucky in the USA that you've got such talkative people to have in the hobby. It's really cool. Really cool. So, Jimmy, are you the one who pops up in Albert's fish room once in a while? Or is it a different person? Stop doing that. Thank you. That's another Jimmy. Okay. Is that a naughty stick? Yes, that's called my pinchy grabby stick for planting and bits and pieces, and it's also called my board stick because it's got a spring and I'm going to keep pulling that spring. That's what that stick is. I'm one of those people, yes, it's one to builder. Can't sit still for very long though. I get a bit irritable. Jimmy Aquarium Co-op. Okay. Actually, that's another fella I enjoy listening to is Aquarium Co-op. That and Ted Judy. Particularly Ted Judy's Colombian expedition. That's something I really enjoy. Jimmy of the Chicken Coop. This cracker. None of you guys know the secret to make a scarlet badders decide it doesn't want to be a male and change it to a female. No matter what I do, can't find females in NZ. It's like the shops purposefully stock males so that you can't breed them, and just no matter how hard I try and find the most dullest coloured one that looks like it's definitely a female, it always ends up turning out to be a male. Oh, I see. My wife's decided to jump on and discuss the fact that I can't sit still. Very funny. Yes, you're correct. I can't sit still. Well, seeing you sitting there lurking in the background, why don't you come into the fish room and say hello to everyone? Oh, come on, don't be shy. The world will want to meet the person who's allowing me to build a decent sized fish room. Come on, White, get your polished English accent out and try and convince my wife to come out and say hello. Oh, back is now getting sore because I'm sitting here at an odd angle. Well, while I'm in between reading comments, all I'm looking at is a product called Sunrise Aqua Classic LED. And I shall put a link to a local site that has these and see what everyone thinks. I'm deciding about trying one. One to support local, but paste. There we go. So that's the website. Copy link address. Now hopefully it will let me post it in the chat. Yes. And it won't because it's too big a link. How do you condense link sizes? That's what I'd like to know. See if this works. Oh, there's the link. Welsh accent. Yes, thank you for correcting me, White. Welsh accent will do it. Jimmy's Helicoid in turtles. What am I missing there? Oh, because these Sunrise Aqua Classics, they're not dear at all. They're actually quite cheap. They their specs are certainly looking good. They've actually got a YouTube copy. A YouTube link to one of their tanks with the light running. Post that up for everyone to have a look at. Which reminds me, I'm going to have a look at it as well. No, link doesn't work because it reckons video is unavailable. Well, okay, that's a bit dodgy. Why is that happening? Okay, so they've changed it. So he's done his own different video on the websites to the YouTube. Right, great. That is annoying indeed. Ah, hello. So Jimmy's got a pond system, has he? Cool. Oh, we bet in the netball. Well, that's good. That is good. Master Koi Theatre with Jimmy H. We have to have an investigation of this. Someone remind me on Facebook. White, can you do that? If my memory is as good as a sieve. Actually, no. I think a sieve will retain more than my memory some days. So we bet in the net. Well, that's good. Girls are getting betting at just about every single thing we do nowadays. Awesome. At least it shows a tiny island can give a big continent a good kicking. Black Lagoon Koi. Be an awesome koi farm name. I'm going to have to pop onto his channel. Let's see. Hold on. Finally decided to brave it.
No. Right, okay.
No, you are live.
We also speak zero videos is very good.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank you. I think you the message.
Anyway,
No.
don't be shy.
Ah.
All of them will want to see the wife who lets me build a massive fish ring.
No.
Go on.
No.
What nervous system? I want to go to the gym. And I want to hop back to the chat, see I haven't missed anything. Remind me to keep an eye on Jimmy's koi situation, White. Catch you later, dear Aquarium. It's nice to have you aboard. Thanks for stopping by. Right, what's he got here? Videos.
Right, I'll see you then.
I'll see you. Oh, yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, Dennis made it in New York.
Is it?
Yeah.
I am getting hungry. Awesome. Thank you. See you later.
Yeah.
Right. She's come in and she's gone. Don't worry, one day I'm sure she'll be joining me on the live streams. One day. Thanks, Jimmy. She's overly excited. She's senior and A grade netball player in our town. And our NZ team's just beaten Aussie, so she's over the moon. She's even more over the moon because she's finally been spotted to do club reps for a one of the cities up from us. So she's finally getting spotted. That's the one, White. But put it this way. I remember stuff, but my brain is literally worse than a sieve. I tend to have so much happening, I keep forgetting. I'll pass that on, Aquarium Cop. She'll respond. Jimmy of the Black Lagoon. Oh, what was that TV show? Now that we're talking about Lagoon. Oh, the old movie, the two of them, two movies, Blue Lagoon. Was Blue Lagoon and Return to Blue Lagoon, was it? Google, trusty Google. That brings back memories. Blue Lagoon movie. Yep, that is it, the Blue Lagoon. Released 1980. That's the one. I remember it now. I must order that, so I haven't seen it in years. Or Jimmy of the Blue. Steal up as a raccoon and steal. That'll be okay. Please put a GoPro on when you do that, because I want to watch that happen. It'll be quite funny to see. And I don't care. Oh, I'm just cracking my back because it's stiff. So how big's this koi pond that you've got there, Jimmy? Yeah, I know what you mean about Brooke Shields, hence why I want to see it all again. Of the pink lagoon. Yeah, I know what you mean white, but I also like the hardcover. Particularly like to keep some of the hardcovers, just the things that I've got fond memories of. Otherwise, yeah, I watch everything through online, or if I have to pay for a subscription, I'll watch it through that. But not like the old-fashioned cable sort of system we used to have, that which seems to be trying to hang on for its life here and charging a fortune for some mysterious reason, even though they don't realise it's about to be a bygone era. You'll be on camera, Captain Spicy. No, he won't be. His raccoon will be. 6,000 gallon pond. That's nice. Real nice. I enjoy seeing that. I'm gonna go back to your channel, and I'm gonna hit watch later on the koi. Well, seeing you're here, Jimmy, I've got a question for you. With the red fin Kadangos, I've got one of them at the moment. I'm not seeing any particular sexual characteristics on it yet for identification. How he's getting up, I should say, it's getting up to, well, just on 2 inches. How good are they at reacting with fish as they get older? Do they get more temperamental, or are they not too bad? Because I'm just wondering, if he does turn out to be a bit more aggressive, I might have to rehome him into another tank here and set up for Malawi, which is part of the reason why I'm looking at doing a Malawi setup as well as Team Canucum. What's your thoughts? They're calm, so they just got the usual they come with a wee bit of territorialness, because he's just showing a bit of territorialness to my, I would say, the first part of the name. I'll get it up. get the name and post the link because I don't know how to say the last part. I know how to say the first part. Yeah, I'm stuffing this up. I'm not what you call the most expert with my mouse. I button bashing badly. Paste. Okay, I've got my rescue Cadango with breeding group of Neolamprologus. And the last part I'm not good at pronouncing. And they get on really well. They're not really having any issues. Occasionally you'll see a lip lock between the largest female Neolamprologus and the Cadango, which ends with the Cadango having a slight bit of mouth injury, but he leaves her alone for quite a while after that, and give or take a couple of weeks he'll have another flare at her, and that's about it. With the 8 inches though, that is a nice looking fish, that's for sure. I hope I've got a male because they do look nice, which is part of the reason why I'm thinking of going doing another 100 gallon for Malawi, which is easy to do in this fishery. I've got enough space for that without even trying. I can do probably 150 gallons if I wanted. It's just whether I want to shift it later. I'm going to do the big fishery. I'm just looking through some of the videos you've got, Jimmy. That eyebite, it really does look stunning. Absolutely stunning. I really like the Iwata. Iwata? No, Lalawada. They look cute. That blue and the yellow really contrast nicely. What am I missing? What's this up? Oh, yeah, of course, straight in front of me, 8 inch. Straight to the gutter. I saw an eyebiter for sale here a wee while ago. Someone breeds them. Boy, they were nice apart from the something like $300 price tag. The one that was for sale here, I don't know if yours is special bred or not, or bred for being albino. That's the species he had with the nice, nice blue and red fin markings on it. It's really stunning. Oh boy. See, we're down to 4. Under 4. Just sitting here looking at my Ember Tetras sitting around a nice wee bit of block. Actually, I might show you guys what I'm looking at because it's quite cool, eh? Sec. Yeah, the Ember Tetras sitting on their sitting under their favourite bit of log, so they're always sitting under. With the LED system I got and a wee bit of duckweed, those green flame tetras, I don't know if this camera's showing, it probably won't, no it's not, according to my laptop screen, but they're showing that green colour really well, and looks good. That is why I love peacock moss, the way it spreads out so simply and easily. Oh, Scarlet Batis are coming out to have a bit of a discussion. I wished I could get some emails. I'm so gutted. So gutted I can't get them. Ooh. There we go. Cheap, simple pedestal called a chair and a bucket for the old camcorder to sit on. They'll spend the money and buy a proper. Hang on, what's happened here? Oh, I see it. That's stupid me. Spend the money for a proper video up. Okay, how have I stuffed up what I'm doing here badly? I've just lost YouTube. I'm still live, but I've lost YouTube. Well, it doesn't matter, I'll log in a different way. Press pause. There we go, live chat. What's going on? What have I missed? I do not know how that comes up, but it seems to like to play ads even though I press pause. No problems, Jimmy. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being the life of the show. It's really good to have you aboard, and looking forward to seeing you guys again. I'm probably going to call it quits myself because well, Jay said to me that tea's ready, and I'm starting to get really hungry. And I'm getting close to my estimated finish time of 8 o'clock. And thank you all very much for popping over. I won't sign off straight away, but I'll just give a few minutes. But thanks again for everyone who popped in to say hi. Thanks for hitting like and subscribing. It's really good of you. And look forward to seeing it all again. At this stage, I'm thinking I'll do another. Actually, I'm not going to think. I'm just going to do it. I'm right now scheduling another live stream for Wednesday night. So I've not got any sports of my life that I know of. Definitely don't remember it. Right, I'm going to set up the next live stream. Once I've done that, I'm going to call it quits. Events. Events. There we go. What shall we call it? What am I using? Call it 5. Figure out what I want to call it. Number 5. So 5. Description: the Fishman Hangout. Enthusiasts. Hangout. And I will do next week this shout out for a few people. And please do stop by and check the link in the description for Aquatic Communities Forum on Facebook. It's a friendly group. It's branched out from being a normal online forum to having both online and Facebook. Good to have people pop in, share, and interact. Thanks for everyone for stopping by. I'm now scheduling for Wednesday stuff up the date for Wednesday the 6th. I'm going to schedule it for 7 PM NZ time, about 9 PM finish, and we'll see you guys all then. Max Fisher out.